Okay, hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Kevin,
Ronyee.
and this is our first recording together. We're going to just talk about relationship stuff.
Yeah.
Just Kevin and Ronyee. So so look, this is our first episode doing this. So I think basically we'll just look at this little article. I pulled up this Ebony article and just 5 tips for black love. So first of all, what do you think about black love?
I think it's great. Like, just to look like each other and celebrate each other and go through the struggle together and go through the triumphs together. I think it's great.
I agree.
What's stronger than black love? Don't answer that. It's a trick question.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, wait, how far are we going with this? That's a trap. Okay, black love. What does black love mean to you?
To me, it's just the definition of, like, there's no stronger thing. I don't even know how to, I don't think you could put your finger on it. It's just like, I don't know, unity with color. I don't know. It's grinding together. I don't even know. I don't know. It's a combination of hard and soft. It's the yin and yang. It's the superpower with the weakness. It's Superman with kryptonite. It's like everything.
Okay, I can take that. I don't disagree. I don't know. I don't know if I really have anything to add. I feel like, black love is like love, and you're black. You know what I mean?
But
I think
there's something to it. It's like, it's not just the Velveeta box. It's like,
it's not just the shells and cheese.
it's not that. It's that mac and cheese that you put the egg in. You put the milk, salt and pepper. You put garlic powder in that mug. It's the real deal. Like,
It's the mac and cheese they fight for at the cookout.
yeah, you're not playing no games. This is the love, baby.
Okay, so it's what makes soul food soul food.
Right. You can't say it. It's just it. Like,
Oh,
it's that
snap.
thing.
Let's go. This is it?
It's not salt and pepper.
Mm?
It's that season
Hey,
salt.
that's at Lowry's.
Exactly. It's Old Bay. It's
I can actually dig that. I can
Old
super
Compton?
dig that.
Old English. I don't know.
Well, let's look and see what little tips Ebony has. It's just 5 tips.
Okay.
The first one is remember why you fell in love. I remember why I fell in love with you. I fell in love with you because you're special. You are special. You're super special. Kind of like why didn't I think of that when I met you? You know what I mean? Like, why wasn't I looking for someone like you before? Like, duh, marry her. Now. Never had the huge green light above someone's head. Like, ding, 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 ding. Marry this one. Never, ever, ever, ever. And they always tell you, like, when it's real love, you'll know. You'll be the fireworks and blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't fireworks. It was like that, like on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, when you call your lifeline and they're in the crowd and the light goes.
Oh, gosh.
So why did you fall in love with me?
Oh, man. It was the first time that I wasn't looking and you saw me. It was deeper than just a visual you saw me. It was a reflection of, if he sees me for who I am, then he must be the right one. He recognized me for who I am. So he's that one to be wise enough to know that I'm that one.
Famous quote from the night I met you.
What?
I was like, you're a quality woman. And I'm a quality man.
I was like, okay.
Like, word up. Okay, so that's one. Remember why you fell in love. 2, replace arguments with experiences. Now they talking, right? They speaking about language,
man.
all right? Anytime you feel an argument coming on, take a trip. This isn't to say a tropical island will fix all of your problems. It just means that perhaps you need a change of scenery. It's difficult to stay mad in paradise. Allow a new destination to peacefully affect your aura. That way you can refocus and calmly work towards a solution. All right, so I'm mad right now. Let's go.
I'm like, this is Ebony Elite. Like,
you feel me?
This is not Hood Ebony. Like, this is not Ebony Keisha Ebony. This is like Ebony,
light skin Ebony, like
Ebony Vanderbilt or something.
Ebony
like,
Rothschild.
What we about to do? Just hop in the car?
No.
And go down the street?
Listen, you feel an argument coming on? Hop in the private jet and just island hop. Just island hop.
What?
Go to Tahiti and then just go to Thailand.
I get the idea of it.
It'll revamp your aura.
I get the idea of it, but I'm like, bro, like.
I mean, look, I think the scenery helps, but I don't feel like it's going to fix anything. I don't feel like taking a trip fixes anything. I think anytime you're having real arguments, you need to get to the root of why you're having an argument. It could be because of you being in the mood, because of some stressors you're going through, stressors that they're going through that you're not noticing. I think one of the best things when there's arguments going on is asking the other person in the relationship what's happening outside of this thing right now. Like, what's happening big picture for you that I'm not seeing? And also, like, what am I seeing that I'm not giving any credence to? You know, like sometimes you're going through something and I see it plain as day, and I just don't think it's affecting you like that, and it is because me dumb man, me no understand feeling, me bash with stick, right?
Well,
but if I get a grasp of it, if you let me know, like, look, you know, I'm going through this and it's phasing me, that's good enough. I'm like, all right, well, let me just shut up. You know what I'm saying?
I also think sometimes you get that you're seen as a warrior situation where people really don't, like, you could say something affects you, but they don't really think that it phases you because you're still doing what you do. But I was But I was gonna say, I think sometimes arguments can come from just ego, plain old ego. Like, I'm trying to prove you wrong. I'm right. And you just cannot come from a place like that when you're dealing with somebody that you have to live with. Let's just keep it real. You have to live with this person every day.
True. What
do you want more? Because think about longevity. This is not just somebody you're dating that you could just drop off somewhere. This is it. So you might as well just make some peace. Do you want to be right? I always say that. You want peace or you want to be right? Make a decision.
Yeah. And even if it was going to be peaceful, if you were right, do you still need to be right? You asked a good question earlier, talking about a different thing, and you said everything doesn't have to be said. I know that. Everyone knows that. I work in the Compton, Long Beach area. I don't have to go talking about where I'm from. I don't have to talk about what side of town or what set it was where I grew up. Well, no reason to bring any of that up. But as opposed to thinking about it like gang activity or something like that, this is my wife who raises my children and cooks food for me and does things for me when I'm gone, and I do things for her when she's gone, and blah blah blah. Like, why bring it up if it's just going to cause problems? Don't leave everything under the rug.
Right. But yeah. It's not about covering things up.
Yeah. I don't have to shine a light on everything though.
Yeah.
Because I can't handle stuff.
Yeah.
But I bring it up to you if I have an issue.
Yeah. It'll come back up.
But also don't be having hella issues.
Right. Yeah. Like, that too.
Chill out on all the issues.
Yeah.
Number 3, you want to read it?
Yeah. Activate the youth in you. Hey, that's me. No matter how old we get or how much responsibility we may incur, our youthfulness never goes away. We've just lost our way to Never Never Land. A large part of loving relationship is one's ability to make their partner feel alive. Work to incorporate a series of mindlessly fun activities into your routine. Your hectic schedule, racing mind, and love life will thank you for it. Okay, I like that.
And it made me think of you when we were at the grocery store and you were dancing in front of the butter section.
What?
I don't know why. I think a certain song was on, and you were just over there just getting it in, and I'm like, she is dancing in front of the butter section. Looking at Lucerne, Country Crock. She over here about to drop it like it's hot.
That's so funny.
But
yeah.
I've never really been the dance at the grocery store person, but when you do that sort of stuff, like it does give me life. You know, and like sometimes I'll be like, man, I want to, you know what I do? I think about what other people will think. I do. And I do kind of pride myself on not being worried about what other people think. And you know, like they say, if you got a car you love, drive it like you stole it. You know what I mean? Or live like you're dying, live like it's your last day on earth and whatnot. Yeah. So there's a certain quality to you that most people say they have or say that they want, and they don't know how to engage with it, and you do on a daily basis. And I see that in you. I see that in our daughters that you raised before I was here, and I'm envious of it. But you know what? I can tap in, and I try to tap in more. But you know, I have a tendency to try to be stoic. You know what I'm saying? But when I get going, as if you look at our YouTube channel, you see once I get going, I am like a waterfall of words and ideas, and it never stops coming out. Just like how I'm dominating this conversation right now, as you know very well off camera. So I do try to kind of hold back and be kind of, you know, whatever. But I love it.
I love that about you too, because to me you don't really seem reserved. You just are with it every time. It's like, okay, Kevin, we gotta do this, and that. You're like, I know in your personality you're probably like, yeah, I could stay home, but you're like, let's go, let's do it. And so I have to, it's my responsibility to remember that someone that is that down for me, I have to make sure I take care of. So I know, okay, if X, Y, and Z is happening with Kevin, if his back is hurting, I need to remember that. I need to, you know, work on that. If there's too much, I need to say, okay, don't ask right now. I know you may want him to come. He stays at home. So I appreciate you so much that I work really hard to remember to take care of you, because you always take care of me.
Well, thank you. You take care of me very well, by the way. For the record, my wife takes care of me. And that's one of the things when I tell people how married I am, because like I'm super married, and like there's a lot of people that be a little bit married, kind of married, you know. And being married is kind of like being pregnant. Ain't no little bit married.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? Like I know plenty of guys, and some of y'all be halfway married.
Bruh,
you know what I'm saying?
Next time, for real, episode 2
type stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's being either young or young-minded.
Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks.
You see what I'm saying? But you can't be. You really can't be halfway. Sometimes you got to be super married. Well, you know, like that's why you wear a ring. Sometimes you need to touch that mug. Like touch it. It's on your hand. You know. I got mine tatted on too. Like it's tatted. It's tatted. They say. Who needs the phone?
The devil's a liar.
Yeah, who needs the phone? We can go on from here. It's tatted on and it's on my finger because it's real. It's really real. But if you need to be reminded, there's something for you to touch. We're men, you know, but we're only men. A lot of people forget that. Oh, men are strong. Men are whatever. Men are men also. So you gotta watch out. I don't trust men after dark when I'm walking alone. You see what I'm saying? I'm 6'7", 250. If you come walking down the alleyway, I'm gonna be like, oh crap, what is this situation? Even if I could fight my way out, can I dodge a bullet? You know what I'm saying? Can I live through a stabbing? Can I handle if they were trying to rob me and get my money or whatever? I worry about men. So when we're saying you should get married, you should have a husband. Who you marrying? That's a man. You know what I mean? But, you know, we are men. And a good man is hard to find. Right?
Amen.
Talk about that. You feel me? But that was not the final word on that. You got something else on that topic?
Back to the topic?
No, on what I was saying, if you want to continue on that topic. Or I can go to number 4.
Yeah, I think you said enough on that one.
Okay. Number 4. Commit to not just your mate, but their evolution.
Oh, yes. You changed too much. Oh, they changed. What do you mean? People change. Have you not changed? Like, what are we talking about?
You switched up.
You have committed to the evolution of this person. You have committed to their growth. You have committed to whatever growth they didn't want to happen as well. Something happens, they get sick, we get older, we get hurt. You committed to that person. And you get wiser. Commit to that person being wiser. Maybe something needs to evolve in you. We're supposed to feed off of each other. You grow, I grow with you. You know? So that's a good point. I like that one.
I like to think of it as, well, I mean, first of all, everything you said, 1,000%. But yeah, I appreciate where I came from to where I am now. So how could I not appreciate that in you? You know, we went through, and I bumped my head, you know, hardcore multiple times to get to where I'm at right now. So whenever people give me accolades, and yeah, you know, sometimes it's a little bit, what would you call that, like self-deprecating or something like that, to where it's like when someone gives you a compliment, we were talking about this, when someone gives you a compliment, you feel the need to say something negative. But yeah. I do like to present to people the humanity. You know, Kevin, you're a good man. Kevin, you know, you always were there. You were always, you know, giving good advice and blah, blah, blah. While I was giving you that good advice, I was bumping my head still. You know, while I was there for you, showing you this love and whatever, I was failing in some other aspect of my life. I'm always trying. I'm always growing. I look at my mistakes and I learn from my mistakes. And I try to teach other people stuff that I wish someone would have taught me. That's the biggest thing about my relationship with my sons. I do everything in my power to teach them as many things as I wish I would have known. That's my main goal, is teach them what I wish I would have known, what I wish I had a dad to teach me when I was a kid. So I made a lot of mistakes. I did not have anyone like me doing this for me. So, boom, there's that.
And that's the testimony.
Number 5.
Create a collective vision. Oh, yeah. When you have a stake in something, whether it be a project, professional goal, or financial investment, you are more inclined to put your best foot forward. The same thing goes for love. Work with your mate to establish unified goals that will bring you both satisfaction. It will remind you that you are indeed a team and both halves are valuable to the whole of your relationship. Most times relationships don't need to be transformed. They just need a little boost. With a bit of commitment, honesty, passion, these tips will take you a long way together.
I agree. And I want to add on to the both halves of, you know, in the whole situation. I think sometimes, in some instances, and usually when it comes down to teamwork, all right, relationship, I think of a relationship as a building a team. Team sports, super metaphorical here. Like when you have one person doing something, they have X amount of capacity. If you have 5 people doing that same thing, they don't have just 5 times that capacity. They have like 10 times that capacity. You know, sometimes the parts, the sum of those parts is, or whatever, when you work together, it's more than just 2. Sometimes 1 + 1 is 3 or 5 even, because you're making up for my faults. When my faults are made up for, I'm better than one person. I'm a beast. I'm a whole army. You know what I'm saying? When you have someone looking out for your faults or looking out for your blind spots, not faults necessarily, but you know, just filling in for your weaknesses, you're a powerhouse. I mean, look at you. You're a whole school psychologist. You over here changing hearts and minds, and that's like just your 9 to 5. Just to come home like, man, I'm tired. I've been over here saving lives, putting families back together, getting kids educated that were about to just drop out, or you know, give up on life, give up on their whole future. They just thought, I'm dumb, I'm crazy, I just can't make it. And you over here, no, let me get you assessed, let me get you lined up with the resources you need, and get you going down the road correctly. And then you actually walk down the hall, put a hand on someone. Do you need someone to talk to? Blah blah blah. And then it opens a whole Pandora's box of you helping heal this young person trying to get down the road. And if you blink twice, you've helped somebody else. Just you being there, introducing yourself, seeing a black woman doing that. They might not have a black mom that's helpful or wholesome around them. They might not have a black female role model. They turn on TV, all they see is Cardi B and Sexy Red. You know what I'm saying? Or, and I don't want to start going down the list of bad female role models in mainstream media, but they do a lot of it. They try to poison our mindset. The same thing with black men. They try to poison the mindset of what a black male role model is as well. It's not this hyper masculine, super aggressive, punch everything and always on the verge of robbing something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Black people historically are known to forgive, known to accept. We're known for this. If I think about my poor black family growing up, we kept on taking in little poor white kids. We were the poorest black family in my neighborhood except for one, and we took in so many poor white kids. Just like one of my brother's little friends. They didn't have no parents. They came home for Thanksgiving break from college. Another little friend that he had ended up homeless in high school or whatever. Just come stay for a few months. Not a couple days, a few months, whole summers, whole holiday seasons and everything like that. And we literally were doing without quite a bit. This is what I see in my community. I don't see all this stuff that they be putting out here in all these movies and everything. I saw a drive-by or two or whatever, but I also see us giving and giving and giving. And being accepting. I don't see us shutting out people because they're of a different race. I see us not trusting people of different races because of stuff we've been through. But I think black love is more powerful because of that thing that I'm talking about. I think what you're saying is true because of some of that stuff that I've seen that they don't want to talk about on mainstream media. So I see that in you, and it's nothing to you. It's just another day. She don't even see it.
Well, I think that's going back to the vision part. I think that's part of a vision that we shared before we got together in the first place. We were aligned in that way. It's we're givers. We're just givers. And I think when you have two givers together, that always ends up to be a positive thing because we're always concerned with each other. And, then that way we can take care of each other. And also with family, we have a lot of visions that are the same. We want to be able to take care of our families to a certain extent. Not in an enabling way, but...
see that? Enabling.
Just be able to provide. Be able to provide for our immediate families. And that way we can be able to help other people. I know I'm really passionate about that. You've always been passionate about that. So, and also we respect each other's vision, which is like sometimes we have different goals that we came with, and I respect his vision. He respects my vision, and we come together and we try to arrange that in a way that works for both of us, as opposed to you just doing one thing rogue and I'm just doing one thing rogue. It's like, okay, let's fit it all in. Let's schedule this time and put it all in. Let's talk about what's important to us. And even though we get a little bit distracted, we always come back to that same vision of what needs to be done. What's the next move? We're not the most organized with it, but we at least get up and take action. And just getting up, and I have to remind Kevin about this, we have to celebrate small steps. We may not be where we want to be, but just getting up and taking a step toward our goals, that means we're making progress. And that's a lot more progress than a lot of people do, because a lot of people are in survival mode.
True.
And it's so easy to just be in survival mode. Because we're tired. We're distracted and we're tired. And we're eating crap and we're not doing much. So it's the best system to have people just content with what they have.
And listen, y'all, this ain't a political podcast or anything like that. I do political podcasts and whatnot, and I am not a conspiracy theorist, but I am formulating a conspiracy. Right? No, she be on. So I'm maybe I'm picking up her conspiracy theory energy right now. But you know what? Conspiracies are real. There are conspiracies. There have been conspiracies that were committed against Black people, against all people, against Americans, against people of certain political, in different sexual identities and whatnot. There's been all kinds of conspiracies out there, but I think I am putting together in my head that these major elite top 0.1% of our economy, your Bill Gateses, your Jeff Bezoses, your Elon Musks and whatnot, I think they don't want a strong American family. I think because I have a friend, Brian in Colorado, who is a social studies teacher, and he every time we'll end up just talking for like 2 hours, and he's like teaching me, it's like a college lecture. And one of the things he said was, oppression is practiced on the minority, and then it's practiced and perfected on the minority, and then it's rolled out to the masses. And why would oppression just be in human rights and civil rights and whatnot? Why wouldn't it be economic? Why wouldn't it be, okay, so we figured out how to keep Black people from getting good, high-paying jobs, right? So we broke up the Black family, right? We got the Black man in jail or on drugs or dead. We got the Black woman. Hey, I'll give you housing, but you can't have no man in the house. Like I'll have all these rotten carrots hanging in front of you to lead this horse, being the Black family, down the wrong road, right? Now, what can we do for the whole masses? Let me give you predatory credit practices. Let me give you predatory lending practices. Let me give you upside down housing markets. Let me roll out a few recessions and see what happens. Mm-hmm. And then you know what? We'll give you your job back, but we're going to pay you less for the value of your dollar.
Keep your brain clouded with your food that you're eating.
And you know what? So now you're making less money, you have to work more hours. I'll give you more distractions so you do that job less well. And then when you come home, you have more distractions so you don't bond with your family as well. So guess what? Your family falls apart. Now what? The wife and the husband are now separate, buying meals for one instead of meals for two or meals for three or five. So you get a higher price per ounce or per meal. Right now you're paying two rents for two locations instead of one. Now you're in two sedans instead of one minivan. Even if you had a second car, you understand what I'm saying. Everything. I'm gonna get off of it. That's a whole rant.
Yeah, that's something I could talk about.
Tyson Foods. You think Tyson Foods wants you married? You're gonna go buy that whole bulk pack of chicken from Costco. No, I need you buying that $10 little 13 ounce.
And I want to say it's somebody above that. Like, it ain't just these corporations are getting paid for whatever, but somebody's paying these corporations.
That's facts.
So we might as well just get off of that, save that to next time, because
I know I got caught up.
I'm like, yeah, so do we edit or...
This guy took secret Korean lessons just to surprise his wife and her family. Just listen.
But I looked at the Korean alphabet and I realized it wasn't going to be the easy task. So please forgive me for how much I will butcher this. 소희씨 가족분들께 제가 정령을 표하기 위해서 한국어 수업을 몰래 두고 이제 드디어 한국어를 할 수 있게 되었습니다. 처음에 소희 씨와 연애를 시작했을 때 소희 씨가 한국 문화에서는 외국인을 사귀는 것을 안 좋게 볼 수 있다고 말해 주었습니다. 그래서 여러분들을 만나기 전에 저를 받아들이시지 않으실까봐 정말 무서웠습니다. 그러나 제가 들렸습니다. 여러분은 저를
This guy took secret Korean lessons.
Wow.
That was really heartwarming.
Yeah.
So what do you think about it?
I think it was cute. I don't know if I'm as moved as you. I thought it was super cute.
I didn't say you had to be
what do you
moved
think?
by
I know.
it's just something cool. It's something cool. So the guy,
I think it's cool. It was a great idea. I'm wondering how far he could get beyond that, kind of. But
I know,
also,
right?
I was looking for more of a reaction from them too, and they were like, "You damn Skippy."
They're like, okay,
They're like,
don't lose job. If you lose job, I take my daughter back.
oh man.
No, okay.
I'm like,
So
bro.
check this one out.
I had a buddy who got married to a Asian woman. The Asian family is dressed, in like whatever their attire would be for a wedding.
Like
it's not like what,
traditional-
it's not what
yeah,
you see
okay.
like in America. And then this side's just white as day. And the guy gives a speech. He gives this great speech for his buddy. And then he goes, and also, since I know so-and-so's family is, traditionally Vietnamese, I've actually prepared a little something for you guys also.
Oh no.
And he picks up paper, he goes, and, show me some grace. Obviously I've never, I don't know the language. So then he goes, ding dong, ding, 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 and he just starts doing this crazy thing. He thought it would be hilarious. He totally commits. Dude, they were fucking furious. Including the groom was like, dude, you can't be here anymore.
Yeah.
But it was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life, while simultaneously even being the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I had a buddy who got married.
That can't be real. That can't be real. That's way too much guy humor. He should have received counsel before doing that. Like, what? Bro, that's a bro joke. You don't just in front of the whole family, ding dong, ding dang, ding dang dang. Like, bro, I will cut you right now.
Oh my goodness gracious.
That was so lame. That's a guy joke.
That's guy stuff. That's guy
But
stuff.
why would you bring that to a wedding? You don't know how to freaking... Come on, bro.
I love it, man.
It's like, so a guy was in a bar. Like, bro, not right now.
I know, yeah. Your friend will make the racist joke that's actually only okay between you and him, like
Yeah,
in front of your whole
why
family.
are you doing that?
A Vietnamese and a Thai and a Chinese
Like-
guy walk into a bar, and you're like, oh, just not here.
Right?
You're like, land this plane. Don't do it to me. Don't do it.
Yeah, that didn't work out for me.
That was hilarious to me. I just wanted to see your reaction. I kind of wanted to set it up with the first video. Then I wanted to see your reaction to the second
Yeah,
one.
the first one, it was like... just looking at the parents, they're like, yep. And then the second one, like, ding dong, ding it, like... Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made, bro. I wish they would have shown a clip. Like, that would have been even...
That would have been... I mean, but, hey, the machete might have came out. Playing around. Some of these people, they'll literally pull the machete out on you. But look, that's all I had. I didn't have many ideas. I was just like, we should just record something.
Did that.
I found that article like 7 seconds before we
Oh, dang.
before we started to.
That was good, though. You're good at that.
I just Googled things.
My husband's really good with content. He's super good. Has a podcast, Kevin Talks Tech.
KC Trucking 101.
Thank you, Casey. That's the newer one. I try to remember the name. KC Trucking 101. Yeah, so I'm excited about that. And we look forward to recording more together. And I look forward to you getting your whole channel together.
It's coming.
It's a good time. It's an exciting time. We have our daycare. We have stuff going on. And it's just a blessing to be alive. And we just have to remember to keep going
Yep, absolutely.
every day.
It is a blessing to be alive. I'm happy to wake up every morning. Like it's the holidays right now, and I always tell people my birthday is Christmas Eve.
Hey,
Always.
hey.
Coming up, I always tell people I'm literally happy every single morning I wake up. I may wake up and my back is hurting as all get out. I got to pop it and stretch my back before I can get out of bed, and put my shoes on. Really, not even exaggerating. And some people are pushing up daisies, homie. You better stretch. Get your stretch on. But do that yoga your wife keep on telling you about.
Get your Bengay on.
You know what I'm saying? Get that Bengay. She done told you to soak in that Epsom salt about 25,000 times. How many times did you soak? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. They got me riled up when I saw that Jonathan Majors verdict. That's what made me start recording. You know what I'm saying? I was procrastinating and whatnot. And I saw that thing with Jonathan Majors. I was like, oh man, they done got another one. They're like, got him.
And you know me, conspiracy, I expect nothing less.
You feel me? It's super obvious. Super obvious.
Why would you wait for the oppressor to unoppress you? Like, that's not. We have to think of something else, guys. Like,
it's the parable of the frog and the snake. No, the frog and the scorpion.
I don't know that one.
I think it's the frog and the
Help me
scorpion.
out.
So a frog was about to cross this river, and the scorpion needed to cross as well. And I might be butchering it, but there's all these different versions of it. Lots of different animals, but. The frog was like about to go through the water, and obviously the frog's gonna be just fine. The scorpion's like, I'm not gonna be able to make it across there. Can you let me ride on your back? And the frog's like, you're a scorpion, dude. You're just gonna sting me. He's like, no. I really need to get across. Just help brother out. Like, we get over there, truce or whatever. Just let me get on your back, and we'll go. And he lets the scorpion crawl on his back, and then the frog is going and gets about 3/4 of the way there, and the scorpion stings him. And he's like, oh, and they both start going down or whatever. And he was like, why would you do this? Like, we literally are both going to die. And he's like, you know I'm a scorpion, right? Like, I am a scorpion. I can say whatever I want to say, but I am a scorpion. You knew I was a scorpion when you met me. So, kind of, sometimes you have to look at certain people and just look at the history. Look, like we talked about evolution. Who has evolved and who hasn't?
And speaking of history, that is the importance. I wish I knew the importance of history, studying history, understanding what has happened in the past to know how to guide your future. There's nothing new under the sun. Nothing. Stuff is coming up and people are still people. So when are you going to, when someone shows you who they are, believe them?
Yep.
So I'm not to say that everybody's the same, but use your wisdom and understand what the situation is, because there's systematic racism as well. So that's for another show. I'm just saying.
And they say history sometimes doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. Like, this is just like that. It's not the same thing because it's 2023.
It's not going to be the same.
It's it's social media era. Look how they getting us divided. Who's getting caught up on social media? Everybody. Everybody sliding into everybody's DMs. There's new ways. It ain't the milkman no more. It's the old friend from high school in the DMs. Come on, y'all. You feel me? Like, it's different. It rhymes though. Like, I hear a little bit of the old milkman, the little mailman, the postman always knocks twice type situation going on with your Facebook and Instagram and your Snapchats and whatnot. And I got them. I don't hardly fool with them. You probably seen my Facebook more than I have, because I don't really fool with it. So yeah, know your history. Also have a vision of the future. Back to that number 5 in that Ebony article, we have a very crystallized vision of our future. We want to get the hell out of LA.
Get the hell out of the United States. That's what I'm saying now.
At a minimum out of LA.
I'm ready to bounce.
And I'm ready to leave the country too. I'm ready. I'm down with it. I've had nothing but super great experiences outside of this country. And I know there's a dark side to every place. There's downfalls everywhere. But when you get, really, financial independence is the real thing.
Yes.
Financial independence. How are we going to get there? A million different ways. We're going to focus on 1 or 2 things that really are working for us, and not turn down any other extra stream of revenue. I think if these kids can start getting their little hustles up, so we don't have to keep on clocking into somebody else's clock, do it. Won't he do it?
The Holy Ghost.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't keep on giving our money to these other folks.
That's facts.
Why these black dollars keep on flying out of our community? And that's like you said, that's a whole nother podcast.
Another podcast.
Black love and finances. That's a whole episode right there.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Black politics.
Sheesh. Well, look, I think we did it. See, already dancing again. She about to start doing a Cabbage Patch.
Hey, which is why? Why can't we sit in a classroom? This is why. I'm ready to get up, move, dance.
She's like, yeah.
That's a whole nother subject too. Talk about education, the system of education. That's for next time.
Absolutely. Okay, babe. Thank you, everybody. See you guys.
I don't know what to do.
She's like, you. Peace.